What's a term for pure text data, non-image, non-video, non-audio? I am looking for a word that means plain old normal data. I am trying to express the size of a database and clarify that doesn't contain any images, or videos, or audio files, so that the number is meaningful. 1.2 TB of video isn't nearly as much data to manage as 1.2 TB of text. The databases each contain approximately 1.2 terabytes of insert_word_here data. My gut is leaning toward the word textual, but that does not sound right to me, since there are plenty of other data types in a database in numeric, decimal, XML to name a few, that don't fit my personal concept of text. Is textual a good fit here? What word conveys what I am trying to explain?
I would probably use tabular, even though literally it just means in tables. I think it would offer the implication that the data are of the sort that are typical of tables, such as text and numbers.
The data type which includes image, video and audio is named as binary data. So, if you are storing data that you want to represent as text, such as a blog post or product description, you may use non-binary string data. If you want to store data that are merely bytes, such as data that represents image, then you use a binary string data type.
I'd say text data. If you want to be a lit more technical, I'd say text and numeric data. I'd consider XML or other marked up text to still be text. When we need to distinguish between HTML, XML, RTF, etc., and text without markup, we normally say something like plain text versus marked up text or tagged text. Text data is a common term that anyone in the business would understand, possibly with some ambiguity about whether it includes XML or a Word doc or that sort of thing, but they would surely understand that it does not include images, audio file, video, binary code, etc. A non-professional would have a reasonable chance of figuring out what you mean even if you didn't explain further. So sure, you could invent some phrase that would be more technically precise, but no one would know what you meant unless you explained it. And if you're going to explain it, you might as well use a simple, common term and explain that. Save inventing new words for when you've really invented a new concept.
I would use the word primitive. Many programming languages, e.g. Java, distinguish between primitive data, e.g. int, boolean, and non-primitive data, e.g. objects, functions. Fields of primitive type are stored directly in their enclosing object, while object fields are stored as pointers. This matches exactly with the distinction between textual, numeric, date, etc. columns of a database and binary data. The primitive data is stored directly in the tables, while the binary data is stored separately and a memory location is stored in the table.
If you want to stop the show, host the survey in the